Those were the celebrations of extreme relief. They'd shut the gates at 9 o'clock in the morning, and as the crowd streamed out, they couldn't possibly have been disappointed with the cricket they'd seen. Or could they? Well, if this magical summer of cricket hadn't attracted the attention of the whole country after Edgbaston, it certainly was doing so now. Almost 8 million people tuned in to watch the dramatic events of the last day in Manchester, and despite the Premiership football season starting, cricket was the sport being spoken about in pubs, clubs, offices and playgrounds across the land. The England players were given an extended break after Duncan Fletcher decided that none of them would be available for their counties. Warne and Pietersen-less Hampshire comfortably won their C&G semi-final against Yorkshire, who were without Vaughan and Hoggard. But Lancashire did miss Freddie Flintoff and they went down to Warwickshire. Then there was some golf, a spot of baseball and, would you believe it, some dog caring. And then it was back to the nets in preparation for yet another crucial match in this compelling series. As for the Australians, well, they were hoping to use the 10 days between matches to regroup. First up for them, a fruitless trip to Edinburgh, where their one-day game was abandoned without a ball being bowled due to rain. Then, with questions over who might be dropped for the fourth test, the tourists played a three-day game against Northamptonshire. It seemed certain that Jason Gillespie would have to go, so Michael Kasprowicz and 22-year-old Sean Tait went head-to-head for a place in the side. Tait won. However, there were more problems for the Aussies when Glenn McGrath became a serious doubt for the match with an elbow injury. Dame Fortune wasn't smiling upon the tourists. And so to Nottingham for the fourth instalment of this extraordinary drama, the place where Robin Hood and his merry men stole from the rich and gave to the poor and made the people happy.
Michael Vaughan's got the coin. Let's go.
Heads. Heads is the call.
Ricky Ponting has called a head. It is a tail. Michael Vaughan has won the toss.
We're going to have a bat. It looks a decent wicket. Try and get some runs on the board as we have done in the last two test matches and put us under pressure that way.
And a nice sort of fresh morning. People talk about it swinging here when it's cloudy, but it doesn't have that feel to it.
Yeah, I think the forecast is pretty similar for the 5 days, so we just want to try and get some runs on the board. We've played a good last two games. It's important that we try and continue with that kind of performance level here.
Isn't there a part of Michael Vaughan that wakes up in the middle of the night and says, oh, just for one more wicket?
Well, it's been great to play, and I think the series so far has been fantastic. Both teams have played it very hard. It's been played in a good spirit, and I'm sure the last two games will be no different.
But no sense of missing out on anything at Old Trafford at all?
Well, you can't really look too far back. I think we've just got to set our goals on playing to a similar level. I think the team were outstanding at Edgbaston and Old Trafford. They must be the same here.
And you've chosen to have 10 days relaxing rather than playing?
Well, we were, yeah. I think it was important that the guys went away. It was pretty tough, those back-to-back games, and we've come here refreshed, and ready to play another good game of cricket. We're looking forward to it.
And finally, Michael, unchanged again. Isn't that a nice luxury?
Well, yeah, they've played well, and it's nice to pick the same 11. We've been free of injuries, and it's it's testimony to the selectors for keeping the consistency. It certainly helps the management on a regular basis dealing with the same players. So hopefully we'll have the same performance.
All right, thank you for talking to us. Good luck in the game. Ricky, is that a bad toss to lose?
The wicket does look pretty good, yeah. As you say, there is a tendency for the ball to swing around here, so hopefully it does this morning and we can take some early chances.
Now, you've got a couple of team changes.
We have, yeah. Jason Gillespie's missed out this time. He's been replaced with Sean Tait, and Glenn McGrath hasn't come up from his injury overnight, so Michael Kasprowicz is back into the side for him. So a couple of changes there. They both bowled very well in the last game down in Northampton. Hopefully they can bring that form out here today.
What exactly is the problem with Glenn?
I'm not sure, just a problem with his elbow. He felt some discomfort in the last test match and then aggravated it again in the tour match at Northampton. So he's had all his scans and everything done, nothing major shown up within the joint, so we're just not quite sure yet.
I know you guys are very excited by bringing Sean Tait into the side. What will he give you?
He'll give us some pace, he'll give us some aggression. He's a wicket taker. He's shown that over the last couple of years of domestic cricket in Australia, and everything he's done on this tour has been the highest standard. So we're looking forward to having him out here today. It's an exciting time for him, exciting time for the team.
Ecstasy for one is agony for another. Glenn McGrath not in the side, as Ricky Ponting confirmed, and Sean Tait getting his first Australian cap from Michael Slater. Looking at the sides, changes then for Australia. No Jason Gillespie, we kind of knew that, but no Glenn McGrath. Michael Kasprowicz is there. England are unchanged for the fourth match in a row. What luxury that is. The pitch looked good. White and even covering of grass, firm, though not rock hard. Likely to be slowish, we felt, as Andrew Strauss and Marcus Trescothick made their way to the middle. A good atmosphere in the ground, another full house. There was some surprising extra bounce from Michael Kasprowicz, who's such a good bowler to left-handers. It must have made those two think, oh, I wish we were out there bowling with him. Then Brett Lee got a bit of zip off the surface and seam movement. So the early jousting suggested there was plenty in it for the bowlers. After 21 balls, though, Marcus Trescothick got off the mark with a lovely fourth through square leg. England began to find their feet, and Ricky Ponting wondered if he might have liked to have batted first.
Doesn't matter how quick the outfield is when you hit them like that. Lovely pull stroke from Andrew Strauss. Kasprowicz dropping short.
Trescothick there just lured into a delivery he thought was a tad wider, and maybe it didn't bounce quite as much.
And England have made a good start, 35 without loss, and now for the first time in Test cricket we'll see Sean Tait. Yeah, but past Hayden. Just one gully in place. Had there been two, it might have been a dangerous stroke for Trescothick to play. Four more. This one a very solid stroke from Trescothick, all along the ground. And this might be the problem for Ponting as the day progresses, that Tait is a wicket taker, but also he's going to leak some boundaries. It's well bowled. It will take a lot of heart from that, Trescothick, because he was nowhere near the ball, and in the end he got away with it. It could have gone anywhere.
There's placement and power.
Wonderful shot. This is exactly what England need.
Oh, hello. That's a fantastic strike. What about that? As Steve Buckner has to raise both his arms and signal a six. The crowd joined him in doing so.
Good 50. A quick 50, and he sprints back to make it 51 as well. 76 balls faced. An hour and a half of play at Trent Bridge this morning, and Marcus Trescothick can raise his bat. The cricket's been full of sparkling stuff like that. Another no ball, 100 up. A stroke that was creamed.
Stemming the flow, Australia. 4.96. It's astonishing to think the first morning of a test match. Just rollicking along at just shy of 5 and over.
Steve Buckner is going to ask the umpire square leg. He needs to ask him something here.
The question is, did the inside edge go onto Strauss's boot and pop up to slip?
It definitely goes onto the foot. That is what Steve Buckner wanted to know. Alim Dar couldn't tell him, so they're able to refer to the third umpire, and the third umpire will be able to tell Steve Buckner precisely what happened.
Should give it out. Inside edge straight onto the boot and popping up to Matthew Hayden.
The umpire decision, and this is according to law 3.2, is out, and it's a correct decision because the ball has come off the inside edge onto the foot, and then without hitting the ground it has gone on to Matthew Hayden.
What a way to get off the mark. First ball, crunch square of the wicket for 4. Who needs to play any games in between?
It's a no ball call. Alim Dar, and Lee doesn't know it yet, but he is going to in a moment.
Proving to be very, very costly for Australia throughout this series. Not just the runs given away, but it's the third time we've seen a wicket fall to a no ball. Vaughan at Old Trafford. Trescothick, I think it was, at Edgbaston. And now here again at Trent Bridge. Didn't realise for a moment. Oh dear.
Another no ball. Another 4 this time. This is a time when the captain has to think deeply and the bowler has to put his brain in gear. This is just as though he's driven out of Old Trafford, picked up his bat and walked out here.
There's been a bit of this going on in the series. They're mainly started by England. Vaughan proved that he was seeing everything well enough to hit off the middle of the bat. 129 for 1 then was the lunchtime score. Marcus Trescothick 62, Michael Vaughan 14. 18 no balls bowled by Australia, something that their coach John Buchanan might want to look at. The rain came, which was infuriating. They did come out for 15 balls, but it was all to no avail, and it wasn't until 10 to 4 that the sun shone on us again.
Sean Tait, the bowler, he's been the only one to get the ball to swing just a little bit. And he's done it again with the most beautiful in-swinging. A splendid ball in his first wicket in Test cricket, and I'm here to tell you that that was an absolute cracker.
Just have a look at this, beautifully bowled right up there, and it absolutely got nowhere near it. A magnificent delivery. What a first wicket that is for Sean Tait. Well, if he keeps bowling those, he's going to take a few in his career. Wonderfully done, and it's written all over his face. Beautiful bowling, and it's exactly what the Australians needed.
Maybe that he's trying to get his in-swinger working. He swings it both ways. This is that's easy for Vaughan. That is a great double for Tait. Bell has gone. Brilliant catch, diving away to the right-hand side. But what a good little spell from Tait. Bit of swing there. Bell didn't cover it. Might well be shaking his head. 146 for 3, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, just watch this again. I think slightly beaten for pace. He was a bit late on it. A little bit of bat against pad. Very well taken too. Both hands going across for that one. Out for 3. That's 146 for 3.
Now that's a good stroke. It was, I reckon, an attempt at a Yorker, and Pietersen judged it beautifully. He didn't do anything flamboyant with it.
Down. Now, how costly will that be? Kasprowicz is livid with himself. He's worked hard for a wicket today. He's bowled pretty well, apart from the no balls, but he's missed an opportunity now.
Well, it was a sharp chance. Wouldn't say it's a straightforward, easy one, but you know, when they're following through, never really gets it in, does he?
Down again. Matthew Hayden at backward point. And these are costly misses for Australia.
Well, I can't believe that. He sort of launched himself at it. The ball was coming to him at quite a fair pace if he just stood there and waited. I mean, a full-blooded back foot shot. See how Michael Vaughan hits at this, took it on the rise, the top of the bounce. It's just a straightforward catch, that, isn't it?
Beautiful stroke. That is Michael Vaughan at his absolute best. The perfect cover drive. And just a lovely, lovely stroke.
It's a pretty good stroke, even though the outfield slowed up with the rain. Here's something unorthodox now from the Australian captain. He's bringing on a new bowler, the Australian captain. Oh, there's trouble here for Pietersen. If Hayden hits the stumps, he doesn't hit the stumps. Pietersen had committed himself, certainly halfway down the pitch, and Vaughan had barely moved. I don't know who sold who the dummy, but in the end the dummy was nearly Kevin Pietersen.
Yeah, great opportunity for Australia here. It's amazing, isn't it? Hayden was the man who dropped the catch. He's now got a chance to rectify things with a run out, and misses the stumps. He could have turned things around for Australia in that instant.
Well, sympathy for Michael Kasprowicz, who just lost his footing. The crowd will get on at him. England have got to 200 with a stumble in the field, but simply because of how wet that outfield is. Well, that's a beautiful stroke. It's the most delightful way to bring up your 50.
Well, Ponting has pulled it off. He's come on after Michael Kasprowicz, and he's got one to go away from Michael Vaughan. That's not going to please Vaughan too much. 58 from 99 balls, and almost looked as though he was playing for tomorrow. Now he's had to go tonight.
Great moment for Ricky Ponting. Just a feather through to Adam Gilchrist from a ball that maybe moved away fractionally, but great joy for the Australian captain, who introduced himself to the attack and has dismissed his opposite number. He'll remember that for a long, long time. Vaughan gone for 58, 2:13 for 4. Terrific stroke. Tempted, Richie, to ask what's become of your countrymen. Crumpets?
You sound surprised.
Crunching stroke from Flintoff.
And that was the end of the crunching for the day. The two crunchers, Pietersen and Flintoff, left the field at 6:05 as more rain came. The light got bad and the umpires said enough is enough. England 229 for 4, set up by Trescothick, who played nicely, as did Michael Vaughan. Both going, well, Trescothick after that interruption, and Vaughan to Ricky Ponting, which was a surprise. There are the bowlers. 2 wickets for Tait on debut. He'd received his cap from Michael Slater, so that it's only right that at the end of the day the two of them get together again.
Sean, how was it?
Oh, it was a great experience, mate. Yeah, pity the rain sort of disrupted play, but no, it was good to get a couple of poles. Yes, bit of relief.
The nerves?
Yeah, it's a fair bit before I got the first wicket. The first wicket was a bit of a sort of just a flush out of the nerves, and I settled down after that. And I thought just as I got that wicket, I started bowling better after that. Yeah.
Well, you talk about that wicket. It wasn't a bad nut.
Yeah, it was like, to be honest, my head must have been down on the ground. I didn't actually see what happened. I just saw the stumps were sort of shattered and away I went. But yeah, it was. I thought, you know, I struggled a bit early and I couldn't quite get a few things right, and then later on the day it came to me, so it was good.
And you quickly struck with the second one, and there was that real window of opportunity for Australia when things just quickened up with the moisture on the pitch.
Yeah, there was a time there we started getting on top of them, and the ball was moving around, and it was a good opportunity to cash in, and pity we didn't cash in a bit more, but, you know, you've got to work hard tomorrow, I suppose.
We've got some bright sunshine, thank heaven, after the rain of yesterday. England going pretty well, maybe just beyond the honours even mark. 229 for 4. The key thing is that Kevin Pietersen and Andrew Flintoff are at the crease. Jeffrey Boycott is with me out in the middle here. How must they play?
Well, I don't think they can change the game. I think if the ball is there to be hit, they have to hit it, but they do have to play with a due care and attention. They have to be, shot selection has to be very accurate, very good. Because if they get out to some stupid shot, some daft shot, then England will be in a mess.
Well, he's given it. Now, it's just a question of whether or not Alim Dar needed to have a word with Steve Buckner about that. This is similar to the thing with Strauss yesterday, where the umpire is keen to find out whether or not it is a bump ball.
Well, there's a definite edge. A definite outside edge. And I think Alim Dar's exactly right to give that out. The question was whether it was a bump ball. I don't think it was. Definite edge. Pietersen gone for 45, 241.
It's over Gully's head. There are all sorts of shouts of catch it, but it had needed Joel Garner standing on Joel Garner's shoulders. It's a crashing shot from Flintoff. 250 up. They're all shouting for Freddie out there in the stands.
Oh, it's in the air, and a slight mishit, but down the ground. Mishits from Flintoff tend to go further than mishits from most. Straight down the ground, not all the way, 4 runs.
Well, this is an orthodox square cut, nicely played. With his ability, I think I'd be setting him a target, James. I said, look, you're averaging Test cricket's around 30. You're better than that. You've got to get up into the high 30s.
Flintoff has got onto one and also got on to 50. That's a really good innings. Jones hits it in front of square on the offside. Quite beautifully through extra cover for 4.
Shot boy. Oh. That's just a firm push, isn't it? He's such a big man with that power. But that's batting. That's not hitting, that's batting.
Jeffrey, that is a fantastic shot. Don't you think? I mean, it wasn't really a long half volley.
No, it's just a beautiful push drive, isn't it? But he's got so much power as well as talent.
Oh, that's a great shot. Beautifully executed. A short delivery. Flintoff was there waiting for that one, and it went like a rocket to the mid-wicket boundary. Another good shot. Can't play a straight drive better than that either. Back-to-back magnificent shots. Oh, there we go. Go and fetch it. He's hit that one all the way along the ground, like a rocket again to the mid-wicket boundary. 13 off the over. Well, that's a 100 partnership between these two. Most of them coming from the bat of Flintoff, but this is exactly what England needed.
Oh, an edge. First ball after lunch. No, says Steve Buckner. Brett Lee cannot believe it. Australian slip fieldsman can't believe it.
Well, we'll see if we can believe it. Sounds a bit clunky to me.
Yep. 50 for Geraint Jones. Well played. Really good innings. 93 balls, 4 fours, and a half century at the most crucial time. Fine stroke. Couple of steps down the pitch, right to the pitch of the ball. And hitting it hard down the ground.
Glorious, absolutely glorious from Jones. And there it is. Watched it close, turned it to the onside easily, and that's his 5th Test match century, first against the Aussies. And he stands up and he's being counted in this series. What a superstar it's been with both bat and ball. It took some stopping. Well, he didn't stop it.
He ran too far, Michael. If we watch it again, he ran too far. He was going quick. He ran too far, and then he found he'd gone too far and he had to take it on his left side when he's running to his right, and then misfielded it.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone again to smash that through the onside. And Buckner raises the finger, so there's the breakthrough. Ends a fabulous partnership and a fantastic innings as well from Flintoff. One of the best you'll see.
Well, I think he feels that it's going down leg side. I'm not sure it is. But you can't complain. You've just seen a wonderful innings. It was so good, you'd just like it to have continued, if you're English anyway, for a couple more hours.
He's got it into the gap. And I don't think they're going to catch it. They certainly aren't. Kept them interested, mind you.
He has caught it. What a good bit of cricket from Michael Kasprowicz. He's going away to his left side in his follow-through. He has to turn his body and throw himself to his right side and be alert to the fact that there's inside edge on that little misstroke from Geraint Jones.
The fantastic innings comes to an end. It's 450 for 7.
And the minute that it hit the pad, Michael, Slater had his finger up. It just looked right.
It just went straight on. And then I heard the Shane Warne giggle and I thought, well, he thinks it's out as well. We'll just see the ball go straight on here. There is a commitment down the pitch from Giles, but no problem with that one. That's going on to hit probably middle and off stump.
Harmison is out. No, I thought he was going to be given in.
It was the flatter one, the quicker one. And Harmison in the end was like a tripod who lost a third leg. Gonski.
Ugly. Gone for 2. 4, 5, 4 for 9 now, England. There's a beauty. He's not to be underestimated. Simon Jones is a nice, natural striker of the ball. Oh, there's a very good hit. That's one of the things about Jones. When he goes for it, he's completely committed. Oh. What a shot! Well, this is extraordinary. For the second, third, maybe fourth time in the series, the ball has rolled firmly onto the stumps and the bails haven't been disturbed.
There's an edge. Good catch from Adam Gilchrist. He stayed down on that one, followed the ball and straight into the mitts.
477. Flintoff was magnificent. So was Geraint Jones. It was set up by Marcus Trescothick and Andrew Strauss. They set the tone and everybody else was able to follow. How often in the history of this fine Australian team have 4 bowlers gone for all but 100 each? Amazing, really. Matthew Hayden then on the back of 100 up at Northampton, and Justin Langer make their way to the middle. The usual huddle from England. Vaughan will want them to pitch full and bowl straight, make the Australians play. An early appeal, first ball from Harmison. Was this a sign of things to come?
Oh, that's out. That's out. That is as plumb as you'll get. Missing off, missing leg. That's knocking middle out halfway up. You've got to give that out. A blind man will give that out. What a fantastic delivery.
Oh, not only the delivery, but what about the batsman being outthought with the field placings? Bluff, good field placings, indecision for the batsman, and that looked as though it was hitting middle. Well, that's clever. 20 for 1. He said that the ball hit Ponting on the pad before it hit the bat. And Simon Jones, with the one that darts back at the right-hander, has claimed the second wicket.
I agree with you, Rich. It's a question whether it hit the bat first or the pad first. Well, it didn't look there, Rich, as if he hit it. Yeah, he's definitely going on to hit the stumps, but it's whether he nicked it. His impression he gave when he went off is that he nicked it, but it doesn't make any difference. The umpire has given him out. It's a very good ball. It definitely would have hit the stumps. 21 for 2.
Yes, LBW.
That's out, Rich.
Alimdar, the umpire at the bowler's end. Hoggard has struck again. 22 for 3, Australia.
It just looked out. Hit it. Looks as if he hit it. It looks as if he hit it. That's why he's disappointed. This is the thing you can't see. This is my belief. We should use technology more and more. Them and Marty and gone. 22 for 3.
Oh, yes.
Is there inside edge? Langer walks. And the finger goes up. More wonderful swing bowling from Matthew Hoggard.
It's been swinging around, particularly from Hoggard. He brings about an inside or the glove from Langer, and it popped up easily for the man in at bat pad. Australia in desperate struggle at the moment at 58 for 4.
That's a pretty good shot. That was played with a minimum of fuss, which is generally the way with Simon Kadich in his batting. That is well bowled by Stephen Harmison. Beaten for pace and a bit of movement as well. But very well bowled. 5 out.
Well, that's a good delivery, was that. The only thing you could think about here, was it too high? I think that's out. Out. No doubt at all now. Big trouble. If they thought they were in trouble before, now it's bigger trouble.
An incredible, memorable, thrilling day. 99 for 5 Australia at the end of it, and it came after all those strokes played by Flintoff and Jones earlier in the piece. A wicket each for Harmison and Simon Jones, and 3 for Matthew Hoggard. They all said it would swing for him at Trent Bridge, and it did. 378 runs the difference between the sides. Gosh, that's a lot.
Geraint, excuse me if I start with Freddie. 100 against Australia. Is that more special than the others?
It was pleasing, yeah. Probably also not just against Australia, but the timing of it. We needed runs this morning. We lost Kevin early, and then Geraint came in, and we batted well together a few times. I think that's our highest partnership so far, and we seem to strike up a great combination.
Yeah, there is a chemistry there. Do you feed off his stroke play?
Yeah, I was fairly subdued today. It was a bit of the Freddie show there for a while. So I think someone up in the dressing room said we averaged 79 together. So it's that's pretty special coming in for the 5th wicket.
It had looked a pretty good pitch when you two were striking it around, but the guys bowled well and found some swing.
Yeah, Matthew Hoggard was exceptional. Bowled 11 overs on the reel, found some swing, and it's always dangerous against the left-handers when he's bringing the ball back into him. And then Simon came on at the other end too, and then Harmy right at the depth there, getting Clark out again, probably. Got in the dressing room after that, buoyant, 5 down, all to play for.
Boys, talk about carried away. Just one final point. The legend of Freddie Flintoff and the game of cricket at the moment. The country's on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Actually, it's great to see cricket taking the headlines. It's a lot of our summer's taken up by football. It's it's fantastic to see everyone here and the crowd really getting behind us. So it's it's an enjoyable time to be playing cricket.
And is even your baby daughter smiling about it yet?
She's not quite sure what she's smiling about, but she's never stuck for a smile. But I just say it's great. Cricket's at the forefront. Everyone's speaking about it. People are coming to cricket matches to be entertained and enjoy them, and that's reflected on the back pages too. So long may it continue.
The third morning dawned bright and fair, and we'll pick it up with the same Freddie Flintoff bowling to Adam Gilchrist.
No ball and 4. Do you think he thought there was a no ball call there?
Well, that shocked everybody. Commentators and players, and certainly the bowler. I don't think he expected this. This is a real slog. Magnificent one. Oh,
that's
awesome.
a goodie. That is a beautiful shot. Good stroke from Tait. And Gilchrist is down, clapping, and it's 147 for 5.
No. Yes.
4 more. And brings up the 50 partnership between Gilchrist and Tait. Terrific stroke. Tait has looked really good as well this morning. Strauss, the catcher at gully, and the change of bowling has worked for Michael Vaughan. Simon Jones into the attack and immediately gets the breakthrough.
And it was a loosener, wasn't it? With the want to be aggressive this morning, Tait has gone at a wide one, but with no control. He simply threw the bat at it, thought the width was there, but only found the fieldsman that was there. Another good fielding plan, good captaincy by Michael Vaughan. And a bit of a gift for England on this occasion. He's gone for 45. It's 157 for 6.
Gone. First ball. Ian Bell at cover. And a soft dismissal. The ball just ballooning to Ian Bell. And Simon Jones has 2 in 2.
And he's broken it open again for England, hasn't he? The first wicket of Tait was a little bit soft. Really an easy one, a gift for England, but this one was straight at the stumps, turning Shane Warne inside out. It does take Shane Warne a while to get going in any of his innings, and this one was, well, as easy as you like. Leading edge, simplest of catches there. So 2 in 2 balls. Jones now on a hat-trick. And Australia continuing to struggle in this Test series. 157 for 7.
It's a good one. Oh, what a catch! What a catch from Andrew Strauss. Full length, diving away to his left, and he's plucked one out of the air to get rid of Adam Gilchrist.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. It's all running England's way. Why? Because they're making it happen. And now they are going to take all their catches, even if they're tough ones. Half chances. Strauss. This England side, well, they're absolutely humming. Australia, 163 for 8.
That is all over. bowled all over the place.
Neck and crop, magnificent outswinger. That's the delivery to bowl to a tail-ender. They can't keep those out, the majority of them anyhow. Just watch this. Beautiful outswinger, starts about leg stump, swings, puts the outside edge, middle and off. And, well, it's depressing to look around and have a look at those stumps, let me tell you, if they happen to be the batsman.
What a cricket stroke. He's batted well all of the tour. Jeez. What about that? He is a strong boy. This is fantastic ball striking. Another massive blow by Brett Lee. That has gone many a mile. Is this out? Yes! What a good catch. Simon Jones finishes with a 5-wicket haul. Ian Bell's judgment down at third man was perfect, and Australia have been bowled out for 280. It took 41 minutes for England to make the breakthrough, and when they did so, just 55 more minutes to bowl the Australians out, and that was with a considerable last wicket stand as well. 218 it was then for the Australians, thanks really to Brett Lee at the end. Exhilarating stuff that got the Australians in the crowd going. English bowling was top class. A wicket for Harmison, 3 for Matthew Hoggard yesterday, 5 for Simon Jones. What an improved performer he is. 1 for Andrew Flintoff. Now the question is, do we enforce the follow on? Michael Vaughan is saying it's going to be hard work out there, boys. Are you up for it, bowlers? They say yes, and it's the first time Australia have been asked to follow on since they played Pakistan at Karachi back in 1988, 191 test matches ago. 259 is the gulf between the sides. 259 runs that Langer began to chip away at, literally chip away at, with a 4 down to third man. Matthew Hayden was striking the ball nice and cleanly, which he hasn't done often enough on this tour. So that's the position at lunch. 14 for no wicket. We pick it up straight after lunch, and Matthew Hayden's on strike.
Well, that's a great shot. That's a beautiful shot. Oh boy, you bowl it there, and it's money for old rope as far as Langer's concerned, right into the slot for him.
Ashley Giles, good catch, well bowled, Flintoff.
That's beautifully bowled. He's got that to go away from Hayden in the air. A considerable distance, a big away swinger to Hayden, the left-hander. It was a sharp chance. Hayden has gone for 26. Good sharp catch. Giles clung onto that very well. Well, that's clever cricket from England, Flintoff, and then a good catch from Ashley Giles, 50 for 1. Giles is the man out of cover, and even Giles, fleet of foot though he is, couldn't get across that.
Oh, that's a really nice cricket stroke. He just leant into the ball. Really, the timing there was exquisite. Ponting was onto that quickly. He didn't time it like he's timed some of his pull strokes in the series, but he is quickly into position to pull or to hook. That's dropped. That is dropped. Andrew Strauss has caught 2 earlier today, and he's now shelled one, and it's Langer. Flintoff's accuracy rewarded. England couldn't take the chance. That's the best of Ricky Ponting. And it's carried for 6.
Good shot. That's beautifully placed. Straight into the boundary. Another 4.
That's the 50 for Justin Langer. It's been all guts and determination.
Out from the bowels of the old pavilion came England after tea. That man there is Gary Pratt. He's on as 12th man for Simon Jones, who has a niggle in the ankle. 144 the difference between the sides, with Australia following on. Justin Langer, gritty, organised and competent at the crease. So Michael Vaughan turned to Ashley Giles. What shall we say? Long live the King of Spain.
Yes, Giles. Justin Langer can't believe it. Short leg again. He was caught short leg in the first innings, but off the seamer. This time it's off Giles, an inside edge onto pad. And Ian Bell diving forward at short leg to take the catch.
Well, all the hard work that Justin Langer has gone through, he's livid with himself. Giles has got him again. It's not really conducive for turn, and just a little bit tentative, I feel. Ball's come in, it's just grabbing the inside edge, or it's the glove. That's all you need. No disappointment for Australia. It's the big breakthrough that England needed, and I didn't feel that Giles was the man to do it, but he has. He's gone for 61. It's 129 for 2 now.
So there's a really good one, made by the use of the feet. And made to look dead easy too.
Quick. Oh, he's gone, I think. Well, what a pick up and throw.
What a pick up and throw. Gary Pratt, Ponting was really struggling. Now, Alim Dar nodded as if he thought it was out, but he has asked for the opinion of the third umpire. Damien Martin calls it. Ponting really has to go here. He's ball watching. Oh, he's well gone. That is a gigantic moment, not just in the day or in the game, but maybe in the series.
Oh, he's out. That's out. Got behind. Yes, Big Nick. That's a good delivery. A quickish delivery from Flintoff there. A little bit of extra bounce side off stump. A huge nick, and that was definitely out.
Well, it was a nice ball in the right area, but I got the impression that if he really wanted, he could have left it. He had a little nibble at it. He offered to go away just a fraction, just enough. I think he could have left it, though. He could have left that. It's miles away. He's playing it a long way from his body. He didn't need to play it. And through having a dart at it, it's a big wicket, as Michael Vaughan knows. 161 for 4.
Oh, he's hit that one nice and firmly as well, and I think that's going to go. Is it going to go for 4? Pietersen, he's missed it. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. No, he hasn't. He should have had him. Now, what happened there, for goodness sake? He was out of his ground. It looked to me as if it should have been a stumping. It looked as if Clark had taken a step, walked out of his ground, and it should have been stumped. This is it. Oh, yes. There's a fumble. He's missed the ball. That's what's happened. Oh, dear.
The sky became black at 6:15, though not for Gary Pratt. His world was golden. A magical moment to run out Ricky Ponting for him. The Australians 222 for 4, with Clark unbeaten on 39 and Kadich on 24. They've fought very hard in this innings in the face of some impressive English bowling. There are the English bowlers. 2 for Flintoff, 1 for Giles. And here is Simon Hughes.
Well, generally, it was an excellent day for England with 9 Australian wickets taken. Though there were a few concerns. Try as they might, England couldn't shift the 5th wicket partnership between the obdurate Simon Tait and the watchful Michael Clarke. And there were problems too on the field. Simon Jones got an ankle injury which caused him to leave the field. And late in the day, Matthew Hoggard pulled up lane with an ankle injury too. But they'll feel better in the morning. Now, I wonder if Ricky Ponting will. He was absolutely steaming to umpire Alim Dar after being run out by the substitute fielder Gary Pratt. Called for a quick single here by Damien Martin. Pratt with a brilliant shy at the stumps. England have used substitute fields a lot in this series, and Ponting had a few stern words to say about that to the England balcony as he walked off. But he did apologise about his behaviour later. He said, "I let myself down with my reaction, and for that I apologise to those that view me as a role model. My frustration at getting out was combined with the disappointment of being run out by a substitute fieldsman, an issue that has concerned us since the start of the series and one which we've raised prior to the series." So the Australians obviously have their concerns about that. Now here's the England coach with his view of the issue.
Well, that's up to them. I mean, at the end of the day, if you hit a ball straight to cover and you get run out, what do you expect? You guy meant to miss the ball, miss the stumps. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we've got Simon Jones is injured. He's off to have an X-ray, and we had a 12th man on it. You know, we had to go on with someone.
Yeah, it's a big point that you make, and a little bit of a twinge with Matthew Hoggard. It seemed like he was limping. How are the bowlers faring up?
Well, it's been a tough season. You know, we've played a lot of test matches. They're bearing up all right at the moment, but you always get these niggles at the back end of a season.
But all the plans are being executed beautifully. Michael Vaughan with these unusual fields. You must be extremely happy from a coaching point of view.
Well, it's good to see they've come on nicely. You know, they're nice to see. You know, previously we used to say to the bowlers, you know, try and bowl to a plan that we do set, and they haven't really done it. No, it's a good young side and cover most bases, and they're bowling in the areas that we asked them to bowl, and it's very pleasing to see. I still think there's still some more control that we can get out of them, and once they do that, there'll be an even better bowling attack.
And the latest on Simon Jones, the diagnosis?
Well, we don't know. He's gone away to have an X-ray, you know, just to check on it, just to see if it is serious, and we'll only know later on this evening.
England was still in a strong position overnight. Their advantage was 37. There were 6 Australian wickets to take, mind you, and the news that Simon Jones wasn't fit to bowl wasn't the best. Michael Clarke is a breathtaking young cricketer. He's unbeaten at the wicket, and with him is Simon Tait.
Looked like a chance. Leading edge. I think it was, Richie, but it goes so fast. I mean, the reaction time there of Bell, from the time it leaves the bat till it gets to him, I mean, really, it's split-second stuff.
Oh, just a sort of half chance. It's always more difficult when the slip fielder standing close has to go to his left side, i.e. the side inside the line of the keeper. And of course, with a full-blooded stroke like that, it's flying. .50 for Michael Clarke. Not his cleanest strike to get there. The mere fact that it's taken him 133 balls and more than 2.5 hours is a measure of how much he's put into the innings. Very important effort. Lots of little moments in this innings from Clarke that might have gone England's way, but they went the way of the Australians. There was another, Ashley Giles nearly running him out. An hour's play, 2:48 for Australia, still unbeaten from their overnight position. They are 11 runs behind England. The new ball is then taken, and 9 runs later, here's Matthew Hoggard bowling with it.
Close, going down the leg side, I think. It perhaps did a little bit too much. Oh, boy, he did take a while to make that decision, and when you don't get an immediate reaction from umpire Buckner, there is a good chance of that little finger going up.
This is close, Tony. Real close. A little bit leg side, but live, it looked dead.
Yes, that single now brings the scores level, so England have got a bat. Nicely steered away on the offside. They'll have to settle for one. And that's a 100 partnership up.
Big mix-up.
He would have been out by a half a metre, I reckon. Flintoff, I think, tried a little bit too hard to get it away fast and hard. Accuracy is what it's all about in these situations. I'm not too sure how far he missed by, but my reading from up here was Tait didn't get back in time. Look at Flintoff go. Lets it rip now, and he would have been out. Oh, that's out. That's got behind. It's a big nick. That is a vital breakthrough for England. A magnificent delivery. He's been just getting it to go a little bit outside off stump. And once again, Clark being drawn out, perhaps drawn out a little bit too far, playing a defensive shot to the swinging ball. And that's the end of the partnership.
Can you believe it? Michael Clark, who has let so many of these deliveries go. That is a nothing shot from a man who has worked so hard for his 56. The mistake instantly realised. 261 for 5.
Through the covers for 4.
And that's the way he's going to play.
Oh, he's hit that well. That's disappearing way down towards the mid-wicket boundary. Another 4. In fact, it's worth 8. England have got to get every run they score now.
Give it. Well, it took umpire Buckner a long time, as is often the case with umpire Buckner. And, well, you'd quite possibly see that the ball would have tipped leg stump.
Well, my impression, Rich, was that he walked across his stumps a bit, and that, you know, he was looking a little bit at the umpire, thinking he was going down leg stump, but he didn't walk across his stumps. I'm sure it pitched on. Yeah, I mean, that might have pitched on and hit like... I mean, it didn't do a lot. It just sort of came a fraction into him, not as if it did too much. I don't think it's such a bad decision, that. I know England think it's a great decision, and it is. 277 for 6.
That's Penny. The normal course of events, I'd have backed him to throw the stumps down.
Well, this would have been a real mess for Australia if somebody got run out in this situation. If they'd thrown it straight, it'd be miles out.
For Simon Carriage, a good knock. He's been very patient out there. He's played exactly as he should have.
Yeah, it's a good innings that in the situation Australia are in. He's batted nearly 4 hours. You can see he's got his head down. He's been determined. Oh, it's clever. Give the batsman credit there. Yeah, there's a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd, but credit to the batsman. He deliberately placed that ball over the top of the wicketkeeper and slips.
Oh, he doesn't mind having a go at those. That's a good shot by Shane Warne. A bouncer from Flintoff. One gets the feeling that Flintoff won't mind that too much. The next one might be just a little quicker. Might just be a little more venom in it. Well, that brings up the 300. Well, that's another good shot. Oh, he's hit that beautifully. It was a slower ball. He checked his shot and blasted it through the offside field.
That just shows you
that the last 4 wickets in this series have averaged 92. The partnership at the moment is worth 35 between Katic and Warne. But throughout the whole series, the last 4 Australian wickets have added an average of 92.
Oh, that's close. That's got to be very close. Yes, he's given him. That is a huge wicket. I think he might be suggesting there was a bit of bat was there. It looked as if it stayed down a little bit. But Katic looking a little mystified as he walks down the pitch.
My impression was it was a bit high. It certainly darted back from Harmison. It probably pitched in line and darted back off the seam. But look where it's hit him, above the knee roll. Hit him way above the knee roll. Harmison's a big, tall guy. And pitched way outside leg stump as well. An inch or 2 outside leg stump and too high. That is a bit of a shocker for Simon Katic. He's worked so hard, 59 in over 4 hours of batting, and he's not happy. 314 for 7.
In the air, dropped him. Well, there he goes again, and the keeper's got to go for those, and he should be catching him as well. That'll be very disappointing. And there we go. That's a big hit. He's hit that one all the way into the stand. And again, and it's gone straight back down the pitch, and well, past the bowler on the full and for 4.
Brilliant batting. Warne has really got something going here, and Giles doesn't know what to do about it. Yeah! That is out, stumped. Geraint Jones has got his man. And Ashley Giles will be very, very pleased with himself. In the end, Warne just looking for too much. Huge moment. 83 the difference. Now Giles attacks, and so does Kasprowicz.
Kevin Pietersen.
That's the 6th chance he's put down in Test cricket. 6 out of 6.
And that's gone. Kasprowicz on 19. A perfectly straightforward catch taken by the keeper.
This was a full delivery that just swung a fraction. Kasprowicz going for the drive and a thick edge through to Geraint Jones. 373 for 9 now, Australia. The lead is just 114.
Well, that'll go for 4. That's not very sensible. England need 129 to win.
What a gutsy team performance by Australia. All but the last man, Tait, getting into double figures. Everybody at some stage doing their bit, but in particular leaving Brett Lee unbeaten might have proved to be a mistake. Hoggard 2, Harmison 3, Flintoff and Giles 2 each. A crowd on the edge of their seat and a whole nation on tenterhooks. England need just 129 to beat Australia and go 2-1 up in the series. Nothing faint-hearted about Brett Lee. He bowled a magical first over that only just failed in its task.
Four runs. Oh, that is glorious. What a shot. That one has gone literally through Michael Clark. Had a second gully and was hit with such power. That one was in the air. Well, that's going to be 4. England are on a roll, aren't they?
If Shane Warne's going to have to come on now, then Ricky Ponting's obviously not happy with his seamers.
Gone! I reckon that's about pat it is. The first one for Australia and the first ball from Shane Warne. It's the start of the 6th over and it's 32 for 1.
I was just about to say that I thought Trescothick should get the sweep, the lap, the slug out, not be playing and propping and copping with all that rough there, because it's much harder for left-handers. We can see pad, bat, clear as a bell. Very good catch, stayed down, didn't move, and that's straightforward and obvious. 32 for 1.
I think that's probably 4. The way Michael Kasprowicz has reacted would suggest that it is 4.
That's great bowling. Fantastic cricketer this guy is. Matthew Hayden takes the catch, Warne has 2, and the butterflies are suddenly in England's camp.
He got some drift. Vaughan looked to work that gap at mid-wicket and got a leading edge to Matthew Hayden. It's brilliant piece of thinking and bowling from Shane Warne, and he now has 2 for.
Well, that's a serious little break for Andrew Strauss. He's encouraged to play the pull of the hook because there's nobody back. Well, his strength is the cut stroke. That didn't go where intended, but it was a chance to play it. That's good placement. Just seemed to lean on it. It won't make it to the boundary. 50 arrives for England. It's nicely done.
There was a little edge on that one, a little glance to the square leg umpire, and well, there's a celebration taking place on the one hand by all the Australians. The batsman's not going. I think that the umpires here want to know whether it carried. Let's just have a look. There it is. There is the edge onto the pad. No doubt in my mind whatsoever that that was caught. None at all.
It's 57 for 3. And Strauss is out for 23.
A short, it's in the air. It's going to be out caught. He's got him. He's out caught. This game, I don't believe it's going to change direction. Pressure here. A good bouncer. Hooked in the air. Watched very, very carefully down there. And comfortably taken by Kasprowicz.
And there's anguish there from Ian Bell. He's gone for 3. It's 57 for 4, and only 14 overs have been bowled.
Oh, and an edge. It's through the gully area, in the air. No gully. Oh, that's in the... Oh, and over the top of Gilchrist's head. Oh, in the air, but it'll go for 4. He hits it so hard.
That'll run away for 4. There's no stopping that. 40 needed to win for England. 6 wickets for the Australians. There's a splendid bit of batting. Mainly because he waited and waited and made sure of the timing. Didn't try to blast it. There's a good strike. It's a full bugger. You've still got to nail him. That's out. Little Nick. Brett Lee has got the wicket. 5 down. Just a hint of swing. What a summer Brett Lee's having. We talk about Warne and Flintoff and plenty of others. Movement away from the bat, and well taken by Adam Gilchrist, falling to his right side. Pietersen's gone for 23. It's 103 for 5, and England still need 26 to win.
A risky shot, but nicely timed, and very nearly a slip up on the boundary down there.
A ball in, great delivery, wonderful bowling. The stumps are down. Brett Lee has made the breakthrough. He's got the man out that really could win this quickly.
He knows that could be the one that could win this test match for Australia. Still a long way to go, but what a delivery. It's 111 for 6. Now listen to the cheers. Those 2 runs, there's another eruption.
Down the wicket he goes, it's in the air, this is going to be out. Kasprowicz won't drop this. This is all over. That's it, another down. The pressure has got to Gareth Jones.
Enticing the big lofted stroke, and the spin was too much. Kasprowicz, he was waiting for a while. This is thinking time, but he was positive. In she goes. Relief and delight for the Australians. 116 for 7 now.
Played, he's beaten extra cover. Back for the second. The throw's coming in. The running's good. 2. 11 to get. Again down the leg side. And no ball called. 10 to win.
Good shot. Nicely placed. Didn't try to hit it too hard, but just placed it 2 and keeps the strike as well.
8 to win.
Good shot. Full toss, meant to be a Yorker, and no one can say that. Poor Hoggard.
And 4 more to win.
You get 2 for that. That's a great over for Matthew Hoggard in England. He's played that over with great common sense and ability. Well, a full toss on leg stump, and Simon Kadich copped it.
Oh, this was it. This was the winning runs. Oh, no. Oh, not yet, Vaughan, not yet.
Beautifully bowled. And that's it. Those are the winning runs for England in this 4th Test match at Trent Bridge. England go to a 2-1 lead in the series, and Australia now must win at the Oval if they're to retain the Ashes. Hoggard and Giles, the last of the heroes for England in one of the more tense situations I've ever come across in watching cricket.
And the heroes are with me, and first the man who hit the winning runs.
Yeah, it was tricky. I was well supported here by Matthew with the great extra cover drive, but yeah, it was tricky at the end. When you know you're going to be there at the end, it's nice to be out there.
I don't suppose when you embarked on your cricket career, you thought you'd win an Ashes Test match with a cover drive off a bloke bowling at 95 mph?
No, I don't think I won the Test match. I thought Giles played really well, and I thought the team played really well. And we've had 3 great Test matches, and thankfully we've come out on top on 2.
And the tension out there when you both got out there, different from anything else you've experienced?
Actually, it was more relaxed out there than it was up there. It was real nerve-jangling stuff sitting up there watching. But once you get out there, you feel a little bit more in control, and sort of the environment, closes in on you. So it's, I enjoy it now. At the time, I can say it was a bit of what you'd call a nipper.
And a party tonight, Hoggy?
I hope so. I'm sure we're going to celebrate. It's not often you go 2-1 up in an Ashes series, but we've got a hard test match to come up at the Oval, but we go into that with full of confidence, and hopefully we can bring the Ashes home.
That's my boy. Mind you, let's not pretend it was ever going to be easy. 129 for 7 at the end. That's 7 by Giles, that 8 by Hoggard, their most memorable innings. 3 for Brett Lee, he was titanic. Shane Warne, 4 for 31. There's little left to say about the master leg spinner. England win the game by 3 wickets. They're 2-1 up, and afterwards Mike Haddin spoke with Ricky Ponting.
I know that defeat is hard to take, but it was another epic test match.
Another unbelievable game, yeah. The last 3 test matches have been incredible. We were out in the field this time. We've been back in the change rooms the other 2 times watching the batting. But no, England have played a very good test match again and thoroughly deserved to win here. We've got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about that. Our first innings, both with the ball and with the bat, we have to improve on. We're staying in the games and fighting really hard, but we're always fighting and coming from behind, and we've got to rectify that in about a week's time.
Yeah, there was a couple of moments in the run chase, perhaps, when Ian Bell got caught out hooking, and then the dismissal of Andrew Flintoff, where you really seemed to sense victory.
We're always at our backs against the wall. We're always a little bit of a chance, with little totals like that can sometimes be hard to chase in test matches, as we've found out in this country a few times over the years. But England's approach early on today was exactly right. They had to get out there and play their shots and back themselves, and they did that. We unfortunately just couldn't get the wickets that we needed towards the end, but full credit to England for the way they played right through the game. But to our guys, the way they stuck it out over the last couple of days, it's been terrific.
And Shane Warne and Brett Lee there in that short run chase performed like champions for you.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I obviously knew that Shane would do it. He loves that sort of occasion, loves that sort of moment. Brett bowled his heart out all day and got us some crucial breakthroughs. So, just had to keep relying on those guys and hope they do the job for us. And unfortunately, we've come up a couple of wickets short. But as I said, I'm very proud of the way the guys are stuck at it.
Yeah, you've obviously said you're not quite at your best, but there's no denying the spirit in the team. And I'm just looking at your players on the balcony there, and they don't seem too disheartened. There's obviously fine margin between these 2 teams, and confident of still retaining the Ashes at the Oval.
Look, they'll be disheartened. Losing a test match is always is hard, and it's hard to accept it. We've just got to improve the way we're playing. As simple as that. We can't afford to give a good side like England a head start. We've done that in the last 3 test matches. So, as I said, we've got to have a look at the way we're playing, and hopefully if we can play the way we have over the last 2 days here, the start of the next test match, then hopefully there'll be a different result.
And any chance of any changes for the Oval, or is that too soon to say?
It'll be nice to get McGrath back into the side. That'll be one nice one. Hopefully his elbow comes up all right, but we just got to have a look at the way the guys have pulled up after this game. We've got a tour game up in Essex during the week, and we'll monitor all the guys through that one.
Ricky Ponting gracious in defeat, and it must be said, some personal distress. He is the champagne man and the captain who leads 2-1 in the Ashes.
Millions of people with frayed nerves up and down the land.
Yeah, and there was plenty in the dressing room as well. I mean, an epic game once again. I think that really shows what the series is all about, and full credit to Australia there for making it very, very tough. They really are a hard team to beat. But again, full credit for the England team. We've come across many challenges over the last year, and I think we've been asked a few questions over the last week, and we've produced 3 outstanding performances, and that takes some doing against a very good team. And the way that we played, there's so many people to mention in our team that it'd be wrong of me to really single out any individuals. But the way our bowling unit bowled on the second time round on a flat wicket, trying to get their batsmen out, was a tremendous effort. I think all our bowlers give it all they got. Simon Jones in the first innings 5 to set that up, but they gave it all.
Just, if you can, give us a flavour of what was happening in the dressing room towards the end there. I've been in dressing rooms where tight run chases are going on, and usually people are not changing their seats and superstitions come to the fore.
Well, there was a bit of that, but we were losing that many wickets quickly. We didn't know which seat to sit on, so we were all moving around the dressing room. It was just great to get over the line. It's obviously 2-1 in the series, but we realised it's one more test to go, and we get down to the Oval now to try and continue our good form.
Was there ever a point in that run chase where you began to regret your decision to make Australia follow on?
No, not really. I mean, I think chasing 130, you'll settle for that. full credit for the way Brett Lee and Shane Warne came out and bowled, but we got over the line, and that's the main thing. We're 2-1 up.
And the Ashes are so close now, you can almost touch them.
I wouldn't say. I mean, as you've seen from the last 3 games and also Lords, these games are fantastic to play and no doubt great to watch, and I'm sure the Oval will be no different. A few more nail-biting moments, I guess.
And somebody said to me the game at the Oval might be the biggest sporting occasion in England since England won the Football World Cup 40 years ago.
Well, that's fantastic. It's just fantastic that everyone's talking about cricket, and that's a real respect for both teams at the way that they're playing the game. So, as I said, out for the same crowd. Thanks once again to the crowd. The support's been great for us. So, come down to the Oval.
Champagne wherever you look. Guess who was man of the match? You got it. The big fella.
You seem pretty calm now, but how were you about half an hour ago?
I wasn't too good, to be honest. I got out and I was sat next to Andrew Strauss. I was gripping him, I was hitting him, I was doing all sorts.
He'll be a bit bruised and battered then, won't he?
I'm sure he will, yeah. No, it was a great test match again. Coming down towards the end, the Australians came out as strong. It was fantastic. And then Matthew Hoggard, he's been my hero today. He's led the ball in attack from the front. And then at the death with Ashley Giles, you know, we're all very proud of them too for knocking the last runs off.
You came to the crease at 57 for 4. Was there a set plan to try and be aggressive and get over the finish line as quickly as possible?
Not so much. I thought I'd try and score at every opportunity. I was feeling quite good from the first innings. I managed to get one over the slips for 4 to get myself off the mark, and then from then I was just going to score if I could do. And he took a wonderful ball from Brett Lee, which probably get me out 9 times out of 10.
And a word about your 100 in the first innings. Your best innings for England?
Yeah, probably the situation of it. Geraint joined me at the crease, and we got a good understanding about each other bat, and it was nice to put some runs on with him. So probably the circumstance of the game against Australia, he's probably up there.
Yeah, you mentioned your partnership with Geraint Jones, 177. He's taken a bit of stick over the last game or two, but it must have been pleasing to see him make a full contribution there.
Yeah, he's not taking any stick in our dressing room. He's a wonderful player. He's shown that on numerous occasions for England. Like every 11 of us, we all go out to the back in each other's ability, and we're doing all right at the minute.
And after this tension-racked 4 days, you'll need a few days off in France again, will you?
No, I think I'm going to stay at home this time. The funds have run out. So yeah, probably just a few quiet days and get myself ready for the Oval next week.
Get away, you could afford to fly to the moon. Comparisons may not be worthwhile, but they're good fun, so here goes. Freddie's doing everything that Beefy did back in 1981.